All right, good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. My name's Crystal Holloman, and I am here with Tim Staudt. You checking the
I'm checking on
golf
this
stats?
Elena Lee from Okemos. She's 200 par through 13 holes and all the wins today at Forest Acres West and the Golf Association of Michigan Girls Michigan Junior Amateur. It's a long way to say it's a girls junior amateur. The top 16 make match play tomorrow. She'll be a senior at Okemos High School. She still hasn't turned 17. She shot 74 yesterday. She's 200 through 13 today after the rain delay.
Nice.
And this wind, it's pretty good.
It is good. We actually have that, I think, right here.
And then also this girl, is it from, there's another girl locally who's doing well too, Isabel Kelly from Grand Ledge. Hold it, that's not who I'm talking about, although she might make match. Nicole Schaefer from Williamston.
All right.
They're all household names around here in the summertime because of the way they play golf. Good for them.
Very good for them. Hopefully we can keep tabs on them as they
Give me
advance.
a lesson if they want to before the summer's over to help.
Wouldn't hurt, would it?
Elena Lee's going to go down in mid-Michigan is absolutely one of the best high school
Here's some highlights of her.
girls golfers ever to play here, and she has her senior year to go. She doesn't say much about where she's being recruited.
Really?
And I don't know if Michigan State's recruiting her. Far be it from me to tell the MSU coach who to get. But somebody's recruiting her because she's pretty darn good. She's not very big either, but she can blast it.
That's what matters in the end, not really.
Of the Michigan junior girls players, she's the Bryson DeChambeau of the junior girls. She can hit it a mile. Good for her.
Good.
She said she's put on some strength in the offseason. She's dead serious about her game too.
She looks like it in
Which
the
is
highlights
what
we
you have to be a good golfer. How serious are you about improving? If you're not, you can just go out and hack it around, have a good time. If you're serious about being competitive, like she obviously is, then she's got a good chance to play even better this fall for her high school team.
Well, we have, I just showed the story from Joey Ellis. He's actually down in Detroit right now for the...
What's the story you just posted?
This one is actually from yesterday.
Oh, but
With the highlights.
we weren't there yesterday. That's Elena Lee from yesterday,
Yes.
first round. He and Fred are in Detroit at the Rocket Mortgage. And I don't know, the weather looks shaky. They've had shaky weather every year for all 6 years.
Last year was really bad, I remember.
Well, this one, the next 2 days they say is going to be shaky with the weather too. Hopefully by Thursday for the first round they can get back to normal. We'll see.
Do you have any predictions for?
No, because their field doesn't have the top-ranked guys. Rickie Fowler's the defending champion, and while he's played a little better lately, to say that he would be, Will Zalatoris, how about him? He's played well lately. Those two are, trying to figure out who's in the field is one problem, but those two are in there. How about Will Zalatoris? If I say that, if he doesn't do well, erase this.
We'll delete it from the internet.
Well, play it again Thursday or Friday.
So what about this 15-year-old kid, Miles Russell?
I haven't seen him play, but if you're that good at 15, and that looks pretty good there, Tiger started young.
He did.
But I'll tell you what, it's when you're that young, you just hope you don't hit a wall because it's an extremely frustrating game, as anybody who's ever played it knows. And whether he hits a wall or not moving forward, I don't know. He's got a lot of time, though, to keep improving at his tender age. Yes.
15 years old.
Why, is he in the field?
He is.
Well, then if he's playing well, he'll have people following him around.
I had a list of, what was the name you said?
I don't know what the 15-year-old, I said Will Zalatoris and Rickie Fowler's a defending champion.
Yep.
They're not a designated tournament. That was last week after the U.S. Open. So a lot of the named players skipped this event to the dismay of the organizers in Detroit. They're like every other sponsor. Rocket Mortgage, they want all the best players, and they don't have many of them. They have good players, but they don't have the players that everybody knows about. That makes them credible. Is that the list of Cameron Young? Cameron Young just shot 59. Oh, no, wait, is that for Detroit, that what you're looking at? That's the Detroit field?
Yep.
Well, Cameron Young shot 59 last weekend at the last time, and then he birdied the first 4-hole Sunday. Put him down, and that Tom Kim's a guy that just lost in the playoff. No, that's two good players right there.
There's a couple.
Alatorre,
Yep.
McIntyre's good, but
There's a couple.
but they want whoever's good. There's no Rory and there's no, they're just the top guys. Scheffler, they don't. Those guys
What is it going to take for them to come
make
a
it
bigger purse?
a designated tournament, which they're not. They have 8 designated tournaments, and Rocket Mortgage is not one of them. I don't see that changing. I think if they're going to be on the PGA Tour, they're just going to have to take who they can get.
Well, some of these names are very recognizable, but you're right. The big ones that we've been hearing so far this year, they are not.
The way Cameron Young's playing at Detroit Golf Club, he could shoot. I mean, if he shot 59, he could shoot 50. The way he's playing, he had. There's only been 12 sub-60 scores on the PGA Tour, and he got one of them on Saturday, and then birdied the first 4-hole Sunday. Even I can't do that.
I'm sure you could if you put your mind to it.
Even I can't do that.
Yeah, I just totally forgot. It starts Thursday, correct?
Yeah, first round Thursday.
All right.
Golf Channel will have it.
Yep. And right before you came over here, I mentioned that 2 former Red Wings, really known around Detroit at least as a dynamic duo, named to the Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2024.
Good for them.
Datsuk and Zetterberg.
They can use them now.
They sure could use them right
The
now.
way they play now.
So that came out. We'll have
made money last night on the Panthers.
You did?
Yeah. Fred.
You watched hockey last night?
I went back and forth between the hockey and the College World Series, but the hockey was compelling, obviously, because the game was in doubt, and they played like crazy. And you knew there were. I picked the score in the front, 2-1 or 3-1 with an empty net. I thought Florida would win. Just it's too hard to beat a team like that at home twice at 4 straight. Nobody does it, but it got hairy down there at the end. I mean, Edmonton was dancing on the goal mouth.
They were, and I believe I saw that Connor McDavid became just the 4th or 6th player on the losing team to win the Conn Smythe Trophy.
I think that's given for the entire playoffs.
Yes.
Because if it was given
just
for
that
just
series.
the finals, I wouldn't have given it to him. To be honest with you, I probably would have given it to the goaltender for
Florida.
For Florida, even though he had 3 rough games in the middle, when they had to have it, he gave it to him last night.
They definitely did. He pretty much done it, but they had some bad games too. So it's crazy in hockey.
Well, I'll
but
tell you the craziest
yet
part
again,
of that
Canada's
game.
drought.
The craziest part of that game to me is the 7th game in the Stanley Cup Finals got played on June 24th. I thought it was a winter sport.
It is a winter
I
sport.
think about it with snow falling, but that's just me.
Got to play on the ice.
We're
So,
getting closer to the 4th of July.
but you've got teams.
You know how long ago it was since the Red Wings season started? They haven't played in 3 months. Michigan State hadn't played in 3 months, and this thing's still going.
It is.
I mean, I'm surprised these guys can even walk after that long a season.
Sometimes they can't.
It's too long. I mean, it's too long. But I'll be interested to see the TV numbers because they should be pretty good.
I think it will be, especially with another Canadian team making the finals, but yet again falling short. Their drought continues.
Who has the better anthem, Canada or the United
Canada.
States? I think Canada probably does too. Not that I'm anti-American.
No.
I think Canada. It's easier to remember.
It's so much easier to remember.
Alyssa, who was it? Was it Alyssa Morissette? What's her name? She sang that too.
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, she sang, and there was more noise. That was louder for "Oh Canada," and they were playing in Florida than it was for the Star Spangled Banner.
And sometimes they have to sing it in French as well.
Well, they didn't do that last night.
Sometimes in Canada they have to, so you have to sing it in English and French, and sometimes the
In
American.
the shower, I'm wondering, would I be better singing "Oh Canada" or the Star Spangled Banner? Because "Oh Canada's got a little more pace to it, at least, and the words are a little easier to remember.
I think it's shorter.
And I think it is shorter. But when they play it for a Canadian audience, boy, they go crazy. That's got to be tough for those Edmonton fans. There are a lot of Edmonton fans in Miami, and I want to know what they paid to get there. I want to know what they paid for their tickets. I want to know what they paid to stay there, to go home with a loss.
Last year, if you remember, Toronto was playing in Florida in the playoffs, and the Florida team actually said, we're limiting the sales of tickets to United States citizens only, and it will be based on your credit card billing zip code. So I don't know if they learned from the Toronto series last year or what,
I
but
don't
there
know,
were
but
a
there were
lot
a lot
of
of
fans.
Florida or a lot of Edmonton
Edmonton
Oilers
fans.
fans, a lot of jerseys in there. So, can I? Owen's here. Can I be excused?
You
Any
can.
other expertise? Any other answers you want?
I'm just happy that you were able to talk hockey
Want any
with me.
girlfriend advice, boyfriend advice, spousal advice, grandparents advice?
Golf advice?
No, I don't have any of that.
Homeowners advice?
No, I don't have any of that. If it's sports, I don't know. If it's
Well,
girlfriend advice, I can help.
Before you leave, what do we have coming up other than Fred and Joey
Well,
at the
Fred
Rocket
and Joey
Mortgage?
are in the Rocket Mortgage, and they're supposed to play that scramble at 5 with Izzo and a couple of Detroit Lions, and so hopefully we'll have some of that. We'll have something from Detroit.
Okay.
Owen just got back with Elena Lee, and she's knocking the cover off, and she makes sure she's putting well, and good for her. I mean, she's 16 years old. She shoots below par. So I'm always envious of anybody who can play the dumb game and shoot below par, and she's doing it. Good for her.
There you go.
So.
All right, that's coming up at 6 o'clock on News 10. Stay tuned.
Well, we got Mike Tirico talking about the Olympics. We did a Zoom interview with NBC's host last night.
We did.
They don't have this on, but it was Tirico.
Mike Tirico did an interview with Fred Heumann yesterday. We will have that.
All right.
Thank you, Tim. Go ahead, Claudia. You're good to go. Thank you.